The title of this book is a little misleading. I thought Jaypaw would do something bad enough to get kicked out of ThunderClan, which would have been a better book than this one. Instead, the title refers to Brook and Stormfur. People with better memories than me know that they're both outcasts from the tribe of Rushing Water. They've been living with ThunderClan for a while now. I wonder why their outcast status didn't come up earlier. I understand the cats want to give them some privacy. But at the same time, if someone was exiled because their poor choices led to the death of many cats, I would definitely ask a lot of questions before accepting them into my clan.
Argofunk Book Review, Argofunk Book Review.
Thanks to the events of last book, Jaypaw wants to talk to Rock and Falling Leaves and any other ancient cats he can find. Rock avoids him all month. Instead of answering Jaypaw's questions, Rock gives non-answers, like stories are older memories, and the answer is in the mountains. At the end of the book, Rock confirms he knew the answers to Jaypaw's questions all along, he just didn't want to tell them. Rock is a jerk. I guess this shows the major limitation to Jaypaw's power to communicate with any dead cat. If the cats are jerks and won't talk to him, the power is basically useless. As we know, Lionpaw has been getting fighting lessons from Tigerstar. He hears about the time Tigerstar turned evil and tried to conquer the entire cat world. Lionpaw wonders if maybe he shouldn't hang out with Tigerstar anymore. Gee, you think? Berrypaw becomes the warrior Berry knows. He gets a massive ego as a result. He accidentally goes across the unmarked Shadow Clan border, which starts a small fight. The Shadow Clan leader agrees it's difficult to tell where the borders begin and end here in the Lake Territory. I agree too. It would solve a lot of problems if there was an objective borderline that can't be disputed. The weird part is that the map clearly shows there's a river and 2 different human paths that cleanly divide the north part of the territory. Why don't the cats use one of them for a border? That would make their lives so much easier. Hollypaw is bad at multitasking, so she decides to only focus on one part of her training at a time. She wonders if she can still be clan leader if she has kittens. After all, the list of cats at the start of every book puts mothers in a separate category from the warriors. I'm pretty sure Hollypaw has no chance of becoming ThunderClan leader. Even if you ignore the fact that Firestar still has 7 lives, both Brambleclaw and Graystripe are in line ahead of her. It's obvious that the tribe of Rushing Water will be important in this book, because there's a chapter where Brook explains how the tribe works, a chapter where Stormfur recaps Moonrise, which is the tribe book, and a chapter where Feathertail's ghost appears. 2 tribe cats arrive, they say the tribe's in trouble, they need help from the warrior cats. We learn why Stormfur was exiled from the tribe. He led the tribe in a battle against some rogue cats. The tribe suffered heavy losses, and they blamed Stormfur for everything. The rogue cats have returned. They're even more aggressive than before. The tribe will starve to death if they don't do something soon. Brambleclaw and Squirrelflight decide this is a great time to get the band back together. They reunite the 6 traveling cats from Moonrise, minus Feathertail because she's dead. Their 3 kids get to come along for the road trip. Sadly, Crowfeather brings his annoying son, Breezepaw. Crowfeather and Breezepaw complain so much, they almost make Jaypaw look cheerful. Crowfeather is meaner than usual because the trip reminds him of Feathertail's death. The negative attitude trickles down to Breezepaw, who's smart enough to realize his father doesn't like him. It takes the group 50 pages to reach the mountains. Along the way, they meet up with Purdy, the stray cat from Midnight. He annoys the kids because he only talks about things that happened long before they were born. The kids ignore Purdy's warnings to avoid a certain place. As a result, they're chased by dogs for a bit. When our heroes reach the mountains, the tribe leader, Stone Teller, is furious to see them. Jaypaw uses his powers to spy on Stoneteller's meeting with the tribe's ancestors. The ancestors say they have no idea what to do to save the tribe from extinction, so they just walk away. That's honest, but not helpful. Stoneteller lies to the tribe and says the ancestors want them to follow the warrior cats. There is a big culture clash between the warriors and the tribe. The warriors think the tribe can repel the invaders by setting up a regular border patrol. The tribe cats insist they can't do that because they don't have borders. The border situation is debated endlessly. I quickly got mad at both sides. The tribe never stops complaining they don't have borders. There's no border. How can you protect a border if there's no border? The problem is that the tribe does have borders. There are multiple places they never go. I kept waiting for someone to explain the outside edge of their hunting area is the border. Even if it's unofficial, it's still a border. The concept of a border is not that hard to grasp. You don't need to spend 100 pages saying, I don't know what a border is. The tribe is complaining about invaders on their territory. That's the premise of the entire book. So they have some idea of borders and territory. But no, all they do is complain they don't like borders, and borders aren't real. At the same time, the warriors make me mad. They do a terrible job of explaining what borders are. Brambleclaw makes up whatever borders he feels like. He ignores what the tribe cats tell him. He includes places they don't want, and he excludes places they do want. So they get mad at him because he's being a jerk. The biggest problem is that the border he picks is way too big. It's literally impossible for the tribe to patrol the whole thing every day. Again, when the tribe cats complain, Brambleclaw ignores them, saying, "This is how borders work in the clans. Just deal with it." In the tribe, some cats are fighters, while other cats are hunters. The invading cats have taken advantage of this weakness. They purposely attack the cats who can't fight back. The clan cats think everyone in the tribe should learn basic fighting moves to defend themselves. That's legitimately useful. It would solve the problem. But no, the tribe members complain they don't like it. That's not how they do things. Knowing how to do more than one thing is hard. Once the borders are set, Brambleclaw visits the invading cats. He tells them about the borders and asks them not to trespass anymore. Do the intruders agree to respect the new borders and leave the tribe alone? No, of course not. The invaders say they won't follow the borders that were forcibly imposed upon them by total strangers without their knowledge or consent. They promise to keep doing whatever the heck they want, and they cross the border at the first opportunity. The clan cats are shocked by this. Why aren't the rogue cats following their rules without question? How could the warrior code fail them so badly? Since Stoneteller hates the warriors, he's happy the borders failed. He has the tribe vote on whether they'll stay and fight or leave to find a new home. To his dismay, most cats choose to fight. Things end with a large battle at the invaders' camp. Lionpaw is extremely fierce and effective. He seems to win the battle all by himself. That must be his superpower. He can't be hurt in battles. The invaders admit they lost and promise to stay away. Rock is a party pooper. He says as soon as the clan cats leave, the tribe will give up on that border stuff, and the invaders will break their promise. So the entire adventure was pointless. In the cliffhanger, Rock reveals the tribe cats used to live by the lake before they moved to the mountains. Jaypaw tells his brother and sister about their superpowers. The end. Post-book follow-up. I didn't like this book, but that's probably not a surprise. It's a sequel to Moonrise, and I didn't like Moonrise. I wish it could have been a sequel to a book I enjoyed. I thought the ending was fine. It's not unusual for a book in this series to end with a big battle. I saw a lot of complaints that it's a boring non-ending, like the author stopped mid-story because they hit a certain page count. I didn't think that was a problem, but I do not blame anyone who's disappointed to be told the entire book is pointless. I found the book to be particularly slow-paced. It was not fun rereading the book for this review. Some of the stuff in the forest section was okay, but the book did not need 100 pages of forest filler before the tribe cats arrive with the main plot. I like seeing the cats get Tawny Pelt to join the journey, but there are two problems. It's immediately followed by getting Crow Feather to join the journey. That's the same basic setup twice in a row. Boring. The other problem is that Tawny Pelt doesn't do anything in the mountains. She and Squirrel Flight are mostly unseen in the final half of the book. Why did we put so much effort into bringing them along, only for them to just hide in the background? I didn't like the endless fighting about borders. Both sides of the argument annoyed me. I can't believe the clan cats were dumb enough to think invading enemies would stay away from borders if they were asked politely. Overall, I didn't like the book. It's a filler story that actively annoyed me. The internet tells me none of the events of this book will affect future books, so you can safely skip it. If you're a fan of Moonrise and the Tribe of Rushing Water, then I would recommend checking it out. Otherwise, I would recommend skipping it in favor of reading Firestar's Quest. That book wasn't my favorite, but I liked it more than this one. The internet tells me it is important to future books, and it has a lot of the same story. Our heroes go very far away to teach other cats how to follow the warrior code and survive against a deadly threat. I give Warriors Power of 3, number 3, Outcast, a 1 out of 10.